kind of like, how am I going to do this? Then I got to do, right, and then dealing with Mia, you know, and actually, as you know, being a parent is a full-time job, and her issues, you know, that go along with school and projects, and as you know, their projects are your projects. So she gets a science project, that's my project. She's only 6, so you know, it's kind of like, right? I'd be mad at the teacher, like, come on, Miss Alexander, you know, the parents have to do this, right? But at the end, it's bonding time with me and her, and as she's learning, I'm relearning, you know. But
and that's how I always took it.
Yes. It is.
Exactly.
I haven't been in school so long. Yeah.
You don't use it.
Right. Exactly.
And it helps.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I'm able to get my mojo, and honestly, up until 2 or 3 days ago, for the past couple of months, my closest friends, they check on me with my MS and my symptoms. I have, praise God, I have not had a lot of pain. You know, I haven't been in any major just backpedaling or feeling sick. And so I give all glory to him. And so when I have that window, okay, I gotta do a video, I gotta do this, I gotta go to the studio, I gotta do, there are things that are still in progress, or they're going, they're on the scheduler, they're things I need to do, they're things I want to do. But so when I get that, I just feel like God's saying now. Now is the time. I'm gonna give you what you need, I'm gonna get you through this. And so, I'll call, like, big shout out to my good friend Aaron Robinson. He's out here, Southern Sound Films. He did the Sexy Cool video. Okay. So, he did the Sexy Cool video. So, hit him up. I hit my producer and engineer at Jukebox Studios, Bruce Gardner, to do another video for, some of the tracks on the EP. Right. So when I get that window, and then again, I was talking to Nico. Always give my brother a shout out, and praying for his speedy recovery. But when I was talking to him about what people don't understand that goes on behind the scenes, you want to be able to do things right. You don't want to just put out anything. I think I'll just hold this. You don't want to just put out any kind of project. You don't want to, and I'm big. I always mention and give props to my producers and anybody that has their hands in on any of my music. I want to make sure their percentages are right. I want to make sure they have their publishing and everything's registered, be it BMI, ASCAP, CSEC, whoever you decide to go to. And, I want it, and I do believe it's going to be released this year. But the EP, WhoisJohnaa EP, is actually done. That's what people are like. I know I was talking to Bam not too long. He's like, sis, when is the album done? And I'm like, it's done. Yeah. It's just, I'm not putting it out until the fine print is complete, and until I know that everyone is involved, that has been involved with this along the way, is properly acknowledged. Mm-hmm. Be that through royalties, be it through percentages, credits, whatever. You treat people right. You do it the right way. It's been done for about 6 months. So I could have just thrown it out there, whatever, but I don't really operate like that. So it's important to me. I take it very seriously, but that's one of the things that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see, is the business side. You got to get copyright, and copyright does protect you to an extent. But after you copyright, you want to register it, and there's a ton of information. We're in the information age now. Google things, read articles. Just use your resources and get it done. And so that's really been the delay, because a couple of people have asked me. But trust me, the joint from track 1 to track, I think it's 11, is done. And it's a little different. It has a little poetry. I have a skit with my daughter on there. So it's just kind of showing you the different sides, being that it's called WhoisJohnaa. Yeah. So, but you gotta handle your business. So that's the delay. But it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Working with you, what I'm saying, that's always helpful.
Oh yeah.
You have a great support system and a great team working behind
you.
And then, you mentioned your cane. Nothing like somebody to hold you down in your corner.
Oh my goodness, no. You need, look, I've gone through I've had a lot of managers, and whether it's ended on bad terms, whether it's ended on great terms, I thank everyone who has been a part of this. Whether we talk now, or are friends now or not, things happen, but I don't hold grudges, and everything's for a life lesson. It's for a reason. But without them at that time, I wouldn't been able to do and accomplish what I needed to do at that time. So again, I just don't hold grudges. It's just a waste of time to do that. And so I've been in a lot of people's midst and around a lot of people, but I do thank everyone who's been a part of this. And again, my managers, when I got into it 15 years ago, I've been doing this for a long time. But what I have found is I'm kind of a solo person. I don't really do cliques. I don't really do groups. And there's nothing, look, it's hands down, guys, there's nothing wrong with being with other, groups or entities. But for me, it's just been easier to just, because I see it in my head and I feel it in my heart. And it's hard to get other people to really resonate that and figure that out. Many people say, oh, I support you and I believe in you. But when they see how long it takes, when they see we might not get any money up front right now, they want it right now. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. It doesn't. It takes a lot of patience with doing this. So if your motive in doing it with someone, teaming up with someone, is you have an ulterior motive, don't do it. Just don't do it. Just do your thing by yourself. But don't bring that energy into anybody else's realm. Don't do that. So I always been a solo person. I always try to stay in my lane, and I really don't listen to man. And that's probably why a lot of people don't rock with me, or have tried to help. I'm kind of stubborn. I can be fickle because I'm a Gemini. I do change. What I want to do, but I just know where I want to go and how I want to do it. And see, with my circumstances, Nico and I talk about this all the time. I get if people don't want to invest in me or join forces with me or whatever, because my daughter comes first. And at the end of the day, I don't want anyone upset at me if I'm like, nah, I can't do that show, or no, I can't do this because I have to take care of this. And I've said it on many shows here. I only trust her with like 2 people. I understand. And if they're not available, I'm not doing it. And so you can take it or leave it. I'm not mad if you leave it. Everybody's entitled. It is what it is. But I just like to roll by myself. And again, I just have my producers. But no, I do. And when I say by myself, I just mean as far as not being in a group.
Yeah, because we shout out to Girls World. Girls World it was kind of created as a click of clicks. Shout out to India and Raina. Okay. And it was on Facebook, went on, somebody added me to the group, and I've always said, they click, every click of, I think the logo, forgive me y'all if I'm not saying the correct term, put the logo on, but basically meaning that all clicks, as one type thing. Right. I've been part of a click. I love everybody. You're never going to catch me being the one that, because I'm hanging with somebody, they don't like that female. Right. That has nothing to do with me. I totally had a difference with that particular female. Exactly. So, to put people in categories, no.
Yeah, I don't do that either. I mean,
people assume, like, I can, put it away, I think. But I have friends, I have people that I may, I say of all different walks of life, what I'm saying? And I never liked, I would hang, even when I was younger, I would hang with different people that my cousin used to say, you always would select the cornball. Right. I say because I always felt those people was people too. Right. So I'm always, not, don't hang with her because she a hoe. Exactly. That's kind of how I subscribe to. That's what she do. And I know they say, well, you know about the company you keep. Right. Anybody that dictates me, they wasn't in the bed with me. Right. You don't know that. Yeah, exactly. So don't put me like I put you in a box. I go totally outside the box because you're not gonna keep me in the box or make assumptions about me. But they want to define you. Yeah. They want to. Everybody spends energy trying to define who's with who rocks with who doesn't rock with who doesn't like who. It's too much, man. Yeah, exactly. Look, my bottom line is I'm not perfect. Right.
And I say this all the time. None of us are perfect.
Nobody.
No one has the right to judge anybody.
Right.
My sins are no different than yours. And I mean, and they may be in different contexts, but they're all sin. We make mistakes, and I posted something the other day where I just was like, look, man, just all you can do is do better. All you can do is learn. Hopefully you don't. And see, I just can't deal with judgmental people who put stipulations on your growth, who put stipulations on where you should be. Now, granted, when you get a certain age or you get to a certain level, there are things you should have learned. There's certain things you should have acquired. But at the same token, I'm not God. So at the end of the day, I don't know what you've been through. At the end of the day, I don't know your struggles. I don't know your pain. I don't know the sacrifices that you've made. So until I know that, which I will never know in full length, I can't say anything about it. And that's why I notice too on social media, people chime in on what other people are doing. Just focus on you. Just don't worry about if you feel people aren't being legitimate this or that. Just focus on you. Everybody wants to throw jabs at each other. Just focus on what you're doing. And I guarantee you a lot further. I guarantee you have more peace of mind with it. But I'm the same way, Pebbles. I can't.
If I have nothing but my two toes right here in the little box, I'm gonna have my peace of mind.
Exactly. And that's all. That's what matters. As you see, when we get into the Black Lives Matter and what's going on in our society, what's going on with corruption, things of that nature, it's bigger fish to fry almost than to worry about what Jane is doing or what, if you're not hustling like I'm hustling, you ain't doing it right. I mean, it's everybody has their way, but I kind of just sit quietly and observe and shrug my shoulders. And if that's your opinion, again, you're entitled to it. But I just think, we as a people sometimes waste a lot of energy. I don't get into what people have done if they've done me wrong. I try my best not to relive those things. Yeah. I know I've done people wrong. I know I haven't been the best person. I haven't been the best I can be for my whole life. But at some point it resonates. At some point you continue to grow, and it's just about doing better. When you do better, and that's just it.
And that's
so
facts. Like it's I don't like conflict. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I may especially when I'm going through something.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Because I ain't expressing what I'm going through, and the outside may look peaches and cream.
Right.
I'm going through something.
Right.
So, and once you keep on, keep on scratching the surface.
Right, exactly.
Scratching the surface.
Right.
Then I might, because I'm a Leo.
Right.
So when I raw.
Oh, it's your season. Yeah.
It's like, what I'm saying? Oh, what happened? What happened?
Right.
No, because I kept forgiving. I kept praying for your spirit.
Right.
And you continue to do the same thing over and over. I don't like repeat offenders.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
So I'm not into that. So if you didn't realize what you continue to do, you know what I'm saying, and then shake it off like, people are quick to put the blame on other people and they never want to point the finger at themselves.
Exactly.
I'm always going to check myself first. I'm always trying to figure out what it is that I did.
Yeah, it's called self-awareness.
Yes.
It's called self-awareness because the natural thing to do, because the human thing or the natural thing to do is to point fingers at other people and doing it without taking any time to say, okay, well, what was my part in this? What could I have done different? What could I have looked at different? But it's just easier, I think, to point the fingers, but there's no growth in that. You have to, it starts within you. That's kind of my movement with my music is, like I'm not her. The queen, look, I get on this and I got little, sisters, friends, mothers and, daughters and a whole bunch of wonderful women in my life that, and some, they're okay with calling each other certain names and all of that. I just don't get down like that. I personally, I just feel like at the end of the day, you are putting energy into what you say. And you're a woman, you're beautiful, you're strong, you're intelligent, you're not flawless. You know, and I always put that up too. It's not about being flawless. Sometimes there's beauty in the flaws. There's beauties in the scars and the scratches and the pain that we go through. So at the end of the day, embrace it, because that's your testimony, which could help somebody else. You know, so wear it proud. But we're queens, and I think that stigma has trickled down into our mindsets. I think it's trickled down into who we are as a people, as women. You know, and so I definitely am on the queen movement. Have I done things? Have I said things? Have I acted in ways growing up into adulthood that were not queenish? Yeah. I mean, it's all a learning process. So at this point, I'm not pushing, and my mission and my message is not about being perfect. What I want you to do is accept not being perfect and embrace it and love who you are, and then teach. You know what I'm saying? Teach someone else how to do that. Teach somebody else how to think different than what everybody else is doing. So, yeah, I'm not her is basically taking all the derogatory terms that not only they call us, or sometimes our men may call us, but we call ourselves, and saying, no, I am not that. I am the complete opposite of that. I am a queen. I am strong. I'm flawed, but I'm a fighter. You know, and I'm a survivor, and I'm going to get through, and just doing it the best way we can.
And like, I hate crying in front of people.
I'm a big crybaby.
Yes, but I just like, where do people feel like that's a weakness? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, if I cry, trust that it's a great passion behind it, or I'm trying not to not.
Exactly. That's how I feel now. That's how I am on my job on the JOB. Hey sis, hey Moet, hey Moet. I'm sorry. I'm saying, yeah, Moet the Beast. I'm trying to get on your show, Mama. Don't just give me a little more time. But go ahead, Pebbles. I'm just trying to speak to everybody.
No, at the end of the day, are we live on what?
Yeah, I'm live on mine. Yeah.
Go to on Facebook, y'all. Johnaa. We live on Facebook.
Hey, Uncle Jay. I just left my uncle, my auntie from North Carolina. My uncle's on. Hi, Uncle Jay.
Well, we just
hi,
talk
Shay.
about what we know, you know.
Right,
we all
right.
come from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? We have different situations, but we all black.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop poisoning each other.
Yes, yes. I mean, there's enough toxic crap out in this world to poison us. And I think the sooner we realize we need each other and we need to come together, the better off we'll be.
We will.
You know.
Some people, I had some guests last week say it was too late. You know what I'm saying? They felt it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Where we are, like, right, you know, we was back to the kids. Our focus will have to be in the children.
Right.
It's too late.
Oh no, I agree. I think the generation to come, the young, I hate to say younglings, like I'm in a sci-fi movie, but yeah, the young kids, the youth, have to. I pray every day, like my daughter said. You have young boys. That generation, I believe. I think I'm gonna be honest. I think there are definitely some good spots in every generation we have right now, but I really think it's the young ones that are going to have to kind of change things around. Because we've gotten and I'm sorry, man. No, I'm not really sorry, because this is what I believe. But the power of music is just that. It is extremely powerful, and my whole thing is. Being a mom and understanding how my own child wants to emulate everything that I do. She wants to walk like me. She wants to talk like me. She says things like me. You know, sometimes I look back and be like, oh, wow, I do say that a lot. You know, they're watching us. Whether it's your child or not, they're watching us. And I just think, you know, the 10 years prior to now, I just think we got into this genre of music that just said, the hell with it. And we're going to put any and everything out there, and it's going to exploit women.
When Lil Wayne came out, and then especially when Nicki Minaj came out. Right. People was like, oh, she's a great lyricist. I have nothing against the sister. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing against them. I said, but this is what they was talking about maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. When the dynamics of music was changing, and they were saying how they're going to come through the wavelengths of music through our children.
There's frequency. There's something called, just research it, I'm telling y'all, it's called frequency. It's like I said, wavelengths. Subconsciousness. You're not thinking of it. You're not thinking of it subconsciously. You're not thinking of it like, now I'm looking at Pebbles, I'm in the platform, I'm in the studio, and this is what I feel consciously, you know. I know what I'm doing. We're having an interview, but subconsciously there are frequencies and waves that are infiltrating my spirit. They're infiltrating my mind. And like I tell people, that's why like 2 years ago, I got rid of TV. Because I just don't, I saw the way it was going. Me too. I saw the way it was going. And I said, you know, I have this child. And it was for me too. I really don't watch TV, but it was more for Mia because, you know, she's 3-4 years old. She's impressionable. So I said, we'll just do the regular, you know, Netflix, hook it up to Chromecast where we can watch and control our own shows, so to speak. But I don't do that because I was seeing the way the shows were going, seeing the way, like you said, the music was going. We don't listen to the radio. I don't want her repeating certain things, and that's just the end of the story. I don't want her reciting certain lyrics that honestly are too grown for her. She doesn't understand what she's talking about, but they just are inappropriate. Right. And I want her, you know, again, to each his own, but I want her to have a certain standard to build from, you know, and then honestly to pass on to others, you know, that'll come after her. But as far as it being too late, I think, yeah, as far as our age and maybe older, people set in their ways. But no, I'm definitely still hopeful that it can change, it can turn around. But that we gotta come together. That's
and that's why the part we was back last week. The unfortunate part is yes, to feel like we can't change the grown-ups.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it takes us to rejoin, to reunite.
Right.
They don't know anything about that history.
They don't.
Like, people are not even teaching that in their homes anymore. Like the struggle we went through as black people. So the things that's going on right now, they're experiencing, and it's kind of, I've always say this, a lot of people don't believe in God, and I don't know why. But whenever you look at history, and look at time, and then you see the history in our age repeating itself again.
Definitely over and over.
It repeats itself again. I was like, at the end of the day, it don't lie.
Well, you know, my thing is, look, as you know, with your children, and for me, don't ask me how this happened because I don't know, and I have to admit I probably wasn't really watching it because she has her own little kiddie pad. But, you know, and I'm proud to say it. If she likes, well, everybody I think knows in Live Land knows Mia is a big, she'll tell you she's Michael Jackson's #1 fan, even though she wasn't born before he died. But she loves him. She learned about Prince when he died. She always knew of Whitney Houston. But you know who she wants to see live? Sade. Wow. She heard Cherish. She heard Cherish. Which was kind of odd because, you know, me and Toby did a song called Cherish where we talked about our kids. I think a lot of people thought we were talking about our relationship, but it was paying homage to he has a son, I have a daughter, and our kids. So it's cherishing the youth, cherishing the children. But she introduced me to Sade songs I never heard because she was watching the show, she was watching, and I'm comfortable with that. You know, I'm comfortable with, you know, I listen to the lyrics and the songs that she does know. I listen to it and I'm like, okay, there's no vulgarity, you know, there's no cussing. Like I'll tell you straight up, you ask her who Nicki Minaj is, she doesn't know. And that's not hating. As a lyricist, Nicki's dope. She's one of the dopest to do it. But the imagery, I can't have her around that. And I want Mia to grow up feeling she's fine the way she is. And she doesn't have to change for nobody. Don't conform for anyone. Be who you are, whether it's big here, small here, it doesn't matter. Once you have that self-love and you know where that comes from, you don't care about man. I want her to don't fear what they say. Don't worry about what they say, because really they don't have a dictatorship. They can't dictate anything in your life. They can't move mountains in your life. They can't make this. I mean, God will use people. Yeah, and God will use people. Exactly, but He'll use people to either teach you lessons or to uplift you. He'll use people, but at the end of the day, remove yourself from the feeling that you owe anybody anything, because at the end of the day you really don't. All you need to do, what my dad taught me was a couple of things, and it's just, look, you give people common courtesy and respect. That's as far as it needs to go. Outside of that, you don't owe anybody anything. Right. And it's, again, going back to self-preservation. Take care of you first. I did a song called Soul Cleansing. Take care of you, your spirit. Get rid of the toxic things, people, what have you in your life, remove it from your bubble, and then you can kind of trickle that good energy, that light downward or outward, and that again helps to uplift other people, because really at the end of the day, I think that's why we're here. We're here really to help and uplift and build other people.
Everybody doesn't, like I said again, everybody doesn't have a great day, and that's why God had created the earth He did, and to have people to multiply.
Exactly.
So we can take care of each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
but you know what? Media, a lot of the media glorifies the opposite. It glorifies the I'm gonna take care of me first in a selfish way.
And that's America.
And that, it's definitely
different cultures, so we definitely are raised on the soil.
Exactly.
And but going into different cultures, you start reading about other people's cultures and where they come from, and even we have Hispanic people, in America, but their values are totally different from our values, because they believe in family first.
Exactly.
We believe we're more individualistic.
Right. And we're big on consumerism. We're big on fads and fashion. And I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with having nice things and wanting nice things, but there's more to life than a pair of shoes. It's more than life than honestly living in a 10. It's just you and you got a 10-bedroom house. I mean, I guess what the word I'm using is excessiveness. You can enjoy life. I just think there's no need to be excessive, and I teach that to Mia. Every time, and people say I'm rough on her, but I'm responsible for her 24/7. So sometimes when she gets spoiled, well, I want this. I just talked to her when we got back in town, and she said she wanted this, and she said, but mommy, it's only a certain amount of money. And I sat there and I spoke to her about the difference between needing and wanting. And I told her, and I see as sometimes, but guess what? We need food on the table. Right. There's a difference between needing and wanting. And we talked for like 15, 20 minutes. And by the time I was finished, I asked her, what did she know the difference? And, she said it in her way. But I'm like, Mia, there are kids in other countries who don't have nowhere near what you have. So in that retrospect, you have to understand, first of all, you're blessed. And second of all, you don't have to get everything that you want. You don't need everything that you want. Right. So I try to, teach her and instill certain values in her, because I don't want her to be so into this fad of consumerism. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. And again, I think the media glorifies and big up behaviors of selfishness. So at the end of the day, we just have to just think a little bit more deeper into the things that we do.
So we're going to get right into it. Miss Johnaa, this is the platform of Win DC Radio. North Carolina's Mikey just got to the building. They traveled a long way. So we're going to hear from them. We're going to get back into it, what we need to do to change y'all, because we matter. And if it starts with ourselves, we got to think about our children, what is it doing to our kids. We're going to get right back to the platform of Win DC Radio. Let's go.
Nothing's impossible, and all you lame niggas show me what now to do. I made a real bad bitch in that club tonight. She told me watch the snakes cause they watching you.
Hey guys. All right, guys, we are finished part of my segment of the interview at WhoisJohnaa. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully Pebbles will be putting on a couple of my tunes and let you guys hear. Y'all know Sexy Cool, and I don't know what other songs she has. I know she got a few, but just stay tuned and we will be back soon.